The next plane of motion related to bike and body separation is side to side. Side to side bike and body separation is used primarily for three reasons. First, to stay balanced when riding in a straight line on a narrow path, such as a narrow bridge or a skinny feature. We use small and quick side to side movements to initiate small adjustments in direction and balance. Second is to change direction or corner at moderate to high speed. When we lean the bike to the side and hold it, the bike wants to turn. This is critical to cornering, which we will talk about later. Third is to move the handlebars to the side to avoid hitting an obstacle such as a tree or other riders. The teaching points for side-to-side bike and body separation are: first, to lean the bike, hinging at the elbows, and having wide knees. Here are some things to consider during your static demo as you review teaching points. Do not straddle the bike, as this leads to the instructor moving their hips and shoulders to exaggerate, which is incorrect. Ask participants to join in on your static demo. This will allow you to provide feedback early and correct errors even before they begin practicing on the bike. The moving demonstration for side to side requires the instructor to ride towards the participants to see the side to side movement. If you have adequate room, ride away from your participants, turn around and ride towards them while alternating side-to-side movements. If room is not available, ask riders to leave their bikes and move to the end of your runway of cones. Ride through the runway, alternating your side-to-side movements. Focus on making eye contact and not moving your shoulders and head. Let's review the progressions for side-to-side bike and body separation. First, ask riders to ride through your standard runway of cones while leaning the bike to one side and then the other repeatedly. Next, ask riders to change the frequency of the movement, alternating left and right more quickly while continuing to ride in a straight line. Alternatively, ask them to lean the bike and hold it while continuing to ride in a straight line. Note how the bike wants to turn when they lean the bike and hold it to one side. For the last progression, ask riders to see how far they can lean the bike to one side while keeping pedals level and the bike going straight. This exaggeration promotes greater range of motion, which will be beneficial later. Now, let's review our observation, error detection, and correction while student athletes are practicing. Commonly, the rider has difficulty maintaining a straight path while leaning the bike. In this case, the rider may have their weight too far back. This is causing them to hang on the handlebars and reduce balance and control. Ask them to get their weight in their feet with light hands. Next, the rider may be twisting the bars instead of moving them from side to side. Remind them to hinge at the elbows and move the handlebars side to side. The rider may be riding too slowly and struggling to maintain balance. Simply ask them to increase their speed slowly, which will add stability. The rider may be looking down. Remind riders that they should be riding with their head up and eyes scanning ahead. Another error is when the rider does not lean the bike. Ensure that they are low and have wide knees, which allows them to move the bike side to side more easily. The last of the errors is when the rider does not maintain level pedals. Ask them not to exaggerate too much and to keep their weight on both feet. Let's review some gameplay associated with side-to-side bike and body separation. Once riders are showing proficiency with side-to-side bike and body separation in the runway of cones, take a step towards the runway and stand closer to the rider as they ride by, eventually forcing them to move their handlebars away from you as they ride by. Do this without announcing it and see how the riders react. One more popular game amongst NICA coaches is the game called Foot Down. Riders are riding slowly in a confined space. The side-to-side is used to maintain balance as they move slowly forward. It is also used to avoid hitting the handlebars on another rider near them. Bike limbo also highlights side-to-side bike and body separation. The riders often move to one side of the bicycle entirely in order to get lower. This is extreme bike and body separation, and is fun for the student athletes to do. Let's review some great bonus tips. During your static demo, consider mentioning windshield wipers on a bus while demonstrating the hinging with your elbows. Side-to-side bike and body separation is also used while sprinting. The rocking motion allows us to pull on the handlebars and produce a more downward force on the pedals. Side-to-side bike and body separation is critical to cornering. Ensure that riders are maintaining balance during side-to-side bike and body separation before introducing cornering. As you can see, side-to-side bike and body separation is used so often while mountain biking. And this gives us the perfect segue into our next video, which is the introduction to cornering. I look forward to seeing you there.